Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, right? 17th? Yep, the 17th. I had to think for a minute. I don't know if I changed my calendar. Gotta think if I changed my calendar or not. I gotta look at that. Anyway, I read an article this morning, which I wish I would have read last night, because after I closed out my video, I just wanted to snack. I don't know why. So I measured out an ounce of pretzels, which I think were 3 points. And I had the pretzels and a glass of water, and I still was kind of hungry. So I had a quarter cup of nuts, which were 5 points. So now I'm 8 points. So you know I was right at my healthy zone at the 29 points. So I had the 8 points, and then I went and I ate another quarter cup of nuts. So that was another 5 points. So I had like a 13-point snack last night, and that was not good. That was not good. So, back on track. But anyway, I read this article this morning by Jeff Stiebel, and he writes for the USA Today paper. And his article was about, you want to lose weight, you need to put your brain on a diet. So, he was talking about everybody's New Year's resolution is always, I'm going to lose weight. And it's easy to do, but the reason it's easy to make that resolution because everybody does it. They always say, I'm going to exercise more, I'm going to be better financially, I'm going to eat healthy, you know, blah, blah, blah. We say all of that. But not very many people succeed. And the reason that we don't succeed is we simply eat too much, and it's the brain's fault. And I like that. I read that and I thought, okay, it's not my fault, it's the brain's fault. But then you got to read the article more. So sometimes just because our stomach growl, we think we're hungry. And that's not really the case. We might be hungry, but you know, we might just be thirsty. And you know what? You might just have some gases rolling around in your stomach that doesn't really have anything to do with hunger. But there's many reasons why we eat wrong. One of them is we've had a bad day. We're going to a celebration, whether it's a birthday, a wedding, you know, a party, some kind. We just woke up and we think we got to eat right away. Jim is one of those people. The minute he gets up, he thinks he's got to eat. I'm one of the people that waits hours before I eat. I drink a lot of water in between, but I'm just not hungry. I'm thinking that I'm thirsty, but I'm really hungry. I don't know, but it's working. Well, it's the way I've been doing it for so many years, so it seems to be working. Another reason is because we're offered something from somebody and we just want to be polite. How many people really don't want that second piece of something, but they take it because they don't want to offend. They don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. And you have to think of your own feelings first before theirs. If you really don't want a second piece or you really don't want something, you don't have to announce to the world you're on a diet. You can just say, I'm not hungry. I really appreciate it, but I'm just really not hungry. You don't need to say I'm on a diet. People all know you're on a diet, but you know, like if you don't say you're on a diet, you know, how are they going to know for sure? And something just looks good. There's no getting around it. It just looks good and you want to taste it and you want to have it. Our brain is telling us, hey, that looks pretty good. Why don't we try it? And sometimes your brain's not your best friend. But studies have shown when we eat, why we eat, and how often we eat is determined by outside factors. And the obvious one is there's people around you eating. How many of you have been, like if you're at a restaurant and you might think, well, I'm just going to go in there for a cup of soup and a cup of coffee, a cup of soup and a cup of coffee. And then you get there and you say, oh, that looks good. And then you lean over. What is that you're eating? That looks really good. And then you end up ordering that. So your brain is telling you, hey, look over there. Something looks good over there. And sometimes you just can't listen. But there are other reasons that you eat. A lot of it could be just the size of the plate. Try to use a smaller plate. You put your food on there and it looks like you have so much food, and then your mind thinks, wow, that's a lot of food. And in actuality, if you put that on a bigger plate, it would look like, oh my gosh, we're lonely. Put some more food on this plate. Come on, we need some friends. And so use the smaller plate. Try to do the color contrast of your foods. If you have like all different colors, it makes for a happier plate. I like to, in the morning, as silly as it sounds, I like to try to make my plate look like a smiley face. I put my banana on the bottom, I put the egg for the nose, and I put the berries for the eyes. It's just a little game I play. But if I look at the plate and I think, oh, that looks like a happy plate, I feel happy when I'm eating it. And Another thing is those dreaded commercials on TV. How many people have said, oh my gosh, that looks good, I'm going to have to try that. Or even as you're eating, you'll think, well, I'm not really, like last night, I really wasn't that hungry, but there was a commercial for nuts. That's why I ate the nuts, is because I wanted some nuts. And I thought, I got some nuts in the kitchen, I'm going to go have some nuts. I wasn't thinking about those nuts till that commercial came on, but my brain said, hey, you've got nuts in the kitchen, go get them. So, and I did. I shouldn't have listened. But the key to eating less without going hungry isn't to control your hunger, but it's to control the things related to your hunger. Not related to your hunger, rather. So you want to change your environment around. You want to trick your brain is what you want to do. Because your brain always responds to the sight of food. So take a look around at if you're working, look at your desk. If you're home, look at your kitchen counters. I have my kitchen counters with fruit and vegetables. I have my grapefruit and my bananas and my apples and my tomatoes, and I'm more likely to grab that. I used to have like the chips on the counter, and when I'd go through, I'd open up the bag of chips, take a handful of chips and walk by because it was just easy. It takes a little bit longer to eat an apple, so your brain has time to register, hey, I'm eating something, it tastes pretty good. If you put it out of sight, then you don't really remember you have it. I forgot I had the pretzels, but then I was going in the cupboard to get something or put something away, and I thought, oh my gosh, I got some pretzels in here. That's what tricked off the eating the 3 ounces of pretzels. If your break room at work is full of goodies, stay away from it. Don't go in there. I know you went to get a cup of coffee or something, but kind of go with the mindset, I'm getting a cup of coffee. My sister Mary, when we go shopping, if she's going to get like a pair of shoes, when we walk in the door, I'm getting shoes, I'm getting shoes, I'm getting shoes, got my shoes, well, let's go. Denise and I, when we go in there, we'll say, we're going to get some shoes. Oh, look, that's a nice little shirt. Oh, look, I like that. We're a different type of shopper, so we have to do that with our food too. And don't eat large meals with someone that, everybody has that one friend that has the perfect genes that can eat whatever they want and never get fat. Don't eat with those people all the time. And if you're going to eat with them, have the mindset that I'm not going to eat as much as them because they have better genes and they can eat whatever they want. I can't do that. And I know I can't. I know that my fat cells are going to say, yes. And they're going to hold on to that fat. So I shouldn't have done that. But you know, that's just me being silly. What you want to do is turn your brain off and focus on the food that you're eating. Once you start eating, enjoy it. How many people just like eat, and when they're all done say, oh my gosh, it's done. I didn't remember I ate all of that. Or you think, well, I got one more. Well, no, I don't. I've already eaten it because you haven't taken the time to really enjoy it and savor it. Like I've told you with the little Hershey Kisses. Before, I would pop them in my mouth, chew them, swallow them, eat them. Pop it in my mouth, chew it, swallow, eat it. I really wasn't enjoying it. It's not until I put the Hershey Kiss in my mouth and just kind of like sucked on it and swirled it around in my mouth, got the chocolate and all the different crevices, had every little taste bud. They're all going, me next, me next, me next. So that I really enjoyed that chocolate, and I really did appreciate it. And you got to remember that you got to make sure that the purpose of the meal is just to fulfill the things that your body needs. Don't just think I'm going to eat just to eat. You need to think, well, my body needs fats, my body needs proteins, it needs carbohydrates, it needs sugars. Don't avoid these foods. You do need these foods, not in excess, but within limitations. And to take advantage of, try to take two advantages, the two advantages to working, let me start again. The two advantages to not working while eating is you eat less and you're more refreshed. Studies show that you eat more when you're distracted. How many people, like if you're cooking something and you pop something in your mouth as you're making it and you don't really think about it because you're distracted? If you don't measure out a certain portion of chips or whatever, no matter what, if you don't measure it out, if you're just gonna scoop potatoes on your plate, you're not gonna know that that's like, okay, I'm gonna go for seconds. You're not gonna really pay any attention because you're just mindlessly eating. And your brain is impulsive when it comes to food. When animals are shown food, they're going to eat it. And humans are triggered the same way. We were born that way. But we have to train our brain into knowing that we don't need to eat that much. We just really don't. And the slower you eat, the more your brain appreciates it because it really has time to take in the fact that you've eaten that food and it can process and distribute it. Think of your brain as the manager of your whole body, and you're all the little workers you're putting into your stomach, and they work their way up to the brain, and the brain says, okay, you go there and do that, and you go there and do that, and you go there and do that. That's what your brain's job is. If you're overwhelmed, if your brain is overwhelmed, it's going, I don't know where to go. Just go wherever you want to go. Go wherever you want to go. And they're always going to go to the fat. And that's where they're going to stay. Your brain will pick up the better cues if you avoid certain situations. And they're just going to know, I can't do that. If you're going to go to a social event, your brain picks up on all the cues around you. Like, oh my gosh, look, there's a buffet table over there. Let's go check out the buffet table. And, oh, let's go talk to her, because she makes the best pie. Let's see if she brought a pie. Just little things like that. You just got to trick your brain. And some simple tips that may sound ridiculous, but they do work. You eat less the farther away you sit away from the food. We used to have all the food sit at the table because we all sat at the same table. When the kids were little, we could squeeze us all in. But now that they're bigger, we have to sit at 2 different tables. So that's why we have a buffet. I never get up to get seconds. If it was on the table, I might say, pass me the potatoes, pass me the meat, pass me this, or pass me that. But if I have to get up and physically go get more food, that's not going to happen. You eat less the longer you wait. If you are really, really hungry, try drinking some water first to kind of settle your mind into thinking that you're getting full. Because if you really think you're really, really hungry and you eat right away, you're just not going to enjoy it. And you'll eat less if you look at all the foods available. Look and see what there is and pick and choose what you want. Don't go crazy, like they say at Thanksgiving, you can have mashed potatoes anytime, but you know what, you might not get stuffing, so eat the stuffing, Pick and choose wisely. Do not eat while you're distracted. When you're watching TV, your brain's not getting the joy of knowing what you're eating because you're eating it while you're distracted. It can't concentrate on, oh, here's food coming, where am I going to send it to work? It's thinking, oh, look at that plot of that story. Let's keep that plot going. Never mind about the food. And then the whole time you're eating and you're not knowing that you're full. But he ended the article by saying you can always lose weight with exercise and extraordinary willpower. That's why they always succeed at first, but then that's also why they fail. You can't hold on to that through the whole year. You have to be able to know when you can go off a little bit, when you can give into your willpower and get right back on track. Because it's far more effective to work with your brain and eliminate mindless eating. Your brain wants to work with you. It really, really does. So those are my tips. I hope they worked for you. They weren't my tips. They were actually Jeff Stiebel from the USA Today. But very mind-thinking, thought-provoking. So I'll see you at breakfast, and then two-parter. See you later on. Well, I'll see you at breakfast. Okay, let's eat breakfast. My daughter-in-law had got me all these little different flavored teas. So today I'm going to try the raspberry twist. So I started my day with a prayer. I've drank 50 ounces of water so far. I haven't walked hardly anything, so I didn't even write it down. And my quote is, I've learned that millions of people can believe in you, but none of it matters if you don't believe in yourself. So it's 25 smart points, 0 for my eggs, my berry, my grapefruit, my tea, banana, and water. 3 points for my 4 slices of bacon. 3 points for my half a bagel, and 1 point for my teaspoon of peanut butter. It's a 7-point breakfast, so I have 18 points left for the rest of the day. Okay, I'm going to close up the video right about now, and I will see you guys later on tonight. Show you my dinner. I haven't decided what I'm going to have for dinner yet. It'll be healthy, though. I know that.